In just about an hour, lawmakers in the House will receive an intel briefing on the terror attacks here in Paris. Let me bring in Congresswoman Jackie Speier of California, a Democrat who sits on the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence. She's planning on attending the briefing being held by FBI Director James Comey. Congresswoman, good to see you.
Great to see you.
Tell me about this briefing that you're getting. What are you hoping out of it? What questions do you plan to ask?
Well, we want to get greater clarity about what, in fact, is the technique that's being used by the FBI to review refugee applications. I think that there's a growing concern that the ISIS group has used encryption, end-to-end encryption, that has prevented, in the case of the French, their ability to access any information of their terrorist activities. I want to know how confident we are that we're going to be able to access information by terrorists, whether they're in the homeland or overseas.
And when we talk about threats in the homeland, we spoke earlier this hour about the threat that was in an ISIS propaganda video, not authenticated, but where they in Washington, D.C., where you're standing right now. I wonder if you have questions for the FBI about that. Are you feeling safe and secure this afternoon?
I'm very concerned that ISIS has always been underestimated, not just by the United States, but by most of these Western countries. They are into big headlines using modest resources to achieve it. So the extent to which we have any homegrown terrorists, we need to be all over them. We need to be tracking them 24/7. And one of my questions will be, do we have the resources within the FBI right now to do just that?
And just to go back to the refugee issue for a moment, because you said you have questions about that and how that screening process would work. You're a Democrat. Do you support the Obama administration? They've been saying, Secretary Kerry and President Obama saying, we've got plenty of adequate screening and we can bring 10,000 refugees over next year.
I want to be convinced of that. I am not yet convinced of that. I certainly want us to be empathetic and supportive of refugees, but I also don't want to underestimate ISIS. They are very clever. We can't be naive. They can just as easily identify a clean, quote-unquote, Syrian that doesn't have any record, but becomes radicalized to bring them into the United States. So we've got to have a fail-safe way to give confidence to the American people that they have every reason to be secure.
All right, Congresswoman Jackie Speier of California, thanks for being with us. Appreciate it.
Thanks for the invitation.